Hey everybody, just heading home, or actually heading to the community college to do my duty there. It's January the 6th and well, for here it's cold. It's mostly because there's a pretty strong wind and whoop. almost got run over by my friend Hiram, who works here, and he's got this big old redneck pickup truck, and he probably wouldn't even have known he hit me. But anyway, so I just wanted to continue my moving to Minnesota story. In the last one, I mentioned that there was this house that the guy up the road wanted somebody to live in because it had been a rental, but no one had rented it in a long time, and he didn't want it sit there empty. So he and Papa talked. We agreed to take this house. And again, it should have been okay. It was, 3-bedroom, 1-bath, maybe 2-bath house. I don't know. And it had a basement. So we go to move in this house, and it just smells horrible. I mean, just absolutely horrible. It smells like, I don't know, animals or children or something have been allowed to pee on the carpets and stuff, because it smells like that. And then it also smells like mold, because the basement probably is knee deep in water, and obviously whoever had this house before had not cared for it at all. Anyway, but Papa decides that it's probably better for us to sleep there and stay there for now than it is to live in a tent, acting as a mosquito net on the second floor of a granary. So we go to this house, and so we moved our beds over there and our other stuff, and I can remember the first night really distinctly, because I think that we thought that we could have the windows open. And we did, because it was warm. I mean, it does, believe it or not, it does get hot in Carlston, Minnesota sometimes. And so we had the windows open. But that first night, I remember hardly getting any sleep because the mosquitoes were so bad. I believe, if I remember correctly, that the reason that they were so bad in the house is that, yes, there were screens on the window, but the screens were not... they had holes in them, and so the mosquitoes were coming in and getting on us, and I remember not being able to sleep very well because of that. And I think the next night, I think we may have learned our lesson and left the windows closed or fixed those holes. I honestly don't remember what we did there. But anyway, so then I believe Papa bought or borrowed or something, a pump to pump the water out of the basement. I kind of remember that. But I remember in the video that I did yesterday, I said that there was running water and plumbing and that sort of stuff like that in that house. But you know what? There wasn't. And the reason that I remember that is because there was this old cattle barn that was maybe 200-300 yards away from the house, and we had to go to that cattle barn to go to the bathroom. So we were still going to the bathroom outside. Now, I don't know if that means... I can't remember what that means. I don't remember if that means there was electricity and there was like running water, but the septic system didn't work. I don't remember if there was no electricity. I just don't remember that. But I do distinctly remember that there was not indoor plumbing at that house. Now, I also remember too that when we lived in that house was about the time that Mama and Uncle Joel moved from Idaho to join us in Minnesota. And I remember that it was not a happy time for Mama nor Uncle Joel. That's all I'm going to say about that. But it was a much more difficult transition for the two of them than it was for Papa Doug and me, because I'm like a Labrador puppy. I'm just like all, like, oh, everything will be okay. But it was not an easy transition for them. And so yeah, that was that house that we lived in. It was just again, an ill-fated idea from the start, even though, I mean, perhaps it could have been done better, or, you know, had we sort of committed to stay there. But I think that commitment wasn't there from Mama and Papa. Okay, so that's it. There's my episode, Moving to Minnesota, episode 3. And next, I think I'll do Moving to Minnesota, episode 4. And I'll talk about what my parents decided to do as far as a place to live. Okay, love you guys.